Welcome to College Station, Texas. Kyle Field, home of the 12th man, and they are ready to cheer on the Texas A&M Aggies. A Big Ten showdown is coming. Conference implications aplenty that could resonate for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the Michigan Wolverines taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Texas A&M Aggies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Wolverines will kick it away first. And he's going to bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass, it's Mendoza. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Bussey. Turns it on in midfield. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. He built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Wants to go up top on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting. Just last week, a commitment from a big-time four-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
A&M comes back out with another first down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Wants to throw. It's Mendoza. Fires left. Back's looking for the goal line. And he'll run out of bounds just short of the goal line. Wanted to get it in, but couldn't quite get home. They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up 1st and goal. Trying to find the end zone. Into the house. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them. Putting the drive together. Showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week. Starting off with a bang here today.
No chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Trying to start the drive with a pass. That's reeled in. It's Moore. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
The Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Wolverines can really attack on this 2nd and short. They'll send the tight end in motion. Going for it all. He's got it down the left side. There he goes. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
After that huge play, they've now got it inside the 30. It's 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Carr. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. He wants to throw it again. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll move the tight end. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And those two couldn't make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look there. 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. The RPO, it's complete. Still running at the 40. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds. Mark it at the 47-yard line, and this offense is going to work. The Aggies, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again.
And that's the beauty of this offense and this playmaker at wide receiver. Throw the ball short, but what he does after the catch, he's just got so much speed, so dynamic with the football. And this is why they get it to him short, because he can take it to the house or make a big play on any reception.
Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. That's caught. It's Armstrong. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They'll try to power their way ahead.
Well, the offense is in a really nice rhythm right now. It seems like no matter what they're dialing up, they're getting positive yards, and it just feels so good as a play caller when you know on first down you can get yards like that turning around and handing it off.
Yeah, and on the other side, you're scratching your head going, what the heck can I do here? You got to find something. The defense has got to find a way to create some momentum. Whatever they're doing right now, it's not working. So you got to keep going through that play sheet and maybe find something a little bit different that can give this offense something to think about.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top. Quickly out to the tight end. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
That's good for a fighting Texas Aggie.
Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Wants to throw on first down. He's got it on the move. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies.
I think that pass play was simply designed just to get him the football in space and let him do the rest. Obviously, they're not throwing that into the end zone, but they feel like they've got guys, especially at the running back position, that if you just give them an opportunity, they can make people miss and score like he did right there.
He'll bring it out. It's Morgan. Knocked down right at the 25, and I guess he breaks even, bringing it out of the end zone. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. To the air, it's Carr. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The Wolverines are in the hurry-up.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already...
A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. That's the way you finish a drive and put up points. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He gets a block. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. They've come out smoking with touchdowns on each of their first 2 drives, and they're back to work now. To the air on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Armstrong. Guys, let's take a second here and think about Texas A&M. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Oh, baller. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
At the 45 on his way. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
He hasn't called his own number very often in this game. That actually is the first time he's taken off and scrambled, but it was a really good decision. He's been killing this defense through the air. You've seen the arm talent, you've seen the accuracy. That time, really nice decision to tuck it and get what he can get. He's got this defense on their heels.
Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Here's the pressure. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
They're dealing with a second and long. They'll go to the ground. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football. Anything they want to do right now.
Headed to the end zone, and he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Aggie.
Love the play design on offense because you get your playmaker, the guy you want with the ball in his hands. You get him open, easy throw for the quarterback.
Oh, they blocked the extra point. He's got it, and he can go with it. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here's a heat. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13. And the Wolverines moving quickly to the line.
I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised the offense is trying to go so fast here after giving up a huge loss on that sack. You think they'd want to just take a second and regroup before running this next play.
How about the power there to get it across the 20 and up to the 21-yard line?
That quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Facing a 3rd and long. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. It'll be 3rd and long. To throw, it's Carr. Looking down the middle. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. The Wolverines will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Craver. He'll work his way down to the 28.
That's good for a Fighting Texas Aggie.
First down for this offense. Looking to throw on first down. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Rolling right and going deep. Big fella moving. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
This is the area of the field defensively. It really doesn't matter what they've done to get here. You got to bow up, try to force the field goal. Nice job on first down and goal, getting them tackled to the ground.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quarterback keeps it on the sneak. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They got nothing and probably didn't like it on the last play. They'll have another chance on 3rd and goal for 1. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
That is exactly what this defense needed. They have not had a great first half, given up a bunch of touchdowns, but this might get them started. This might get the energy going and maybe rattle the quarterback a little bit with that sack.
Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. To the air, it's Carr. Grabbed over the middle, it's Morgan. Breaks into the open. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Looking downfield on 1st down. Throwing right. Wide open downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Right down the middle. Finds a tight end. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Aggies will kick it off to start the second half. Coming out with it, it's Morgan. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Michigan.
You can't start the second half any better than that. You're trying to come out of the locker room. You're trying to create some momentum. Taking the first kick of the 3rd quarter back for a touchdown, that is exactly what this head coach was looking for from his players.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. Texas A&M has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Looking downfield, it's Mendoza. That's caught. It's Bussey. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they marked him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting him the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Bully ball on 3rd and short. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back was one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
And watch the offensive line here. They all block run. Because they're blocking run, the quarterback decides, oh, I got a favorable matchup. He dumps it out to the right, makes the right read, gets a nice positive gain.
He wants to change this route. Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Concepcion. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Back to pass, it's Carr. Finds his man, it's Marsh.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Wolverines in a good spot here with second and short. To the ground with the back. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Haynes. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
It's really nice to be a quarterback in today's football when running backs are basically wide receivers. Not only can you split them out, you keep them at running back, nothing open, I dump it to him. Look at that. He makes a big play for him.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
This is no surprise to defenses anymore. Everybody throws wide receiver screens, and you could tell they were ready for it. They saw the quick game. They pounced on it, got the wide receiver on the ground. That's not the first time they've seen that route.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Just ran him over. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
And after giving up that completion, guys, I wonder if the defense is going to decide to stay in zone or maybe mix things up, a little more man coverage, maybe blitz.
Caught behind the line. It's Haynes. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line. This guy fits the bill. Big, sturdy Michigan pocket passer.
And it's built on the ground, but I tell you what, when Michigan's had their best teams, they got to have that balance, right? You got to have a guy back there in the pocket.
Touchdown, Wolverines! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Makes a move. Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And I think he was about a step or so from breaking that one. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
The line to gain here is the 43-yard line, and it's third down. Finds a man in the middle. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. To the air, it's Mendoza. A shot toward the end zone. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not surprised they're letting him throw the football down here near the end zone. Like, that dude's been really, really good. And you can trust him. They trust him in this offense. Great job by this defense playing the pass, breaking on the football, and making sure he doesn't get another touchdown.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well. But you see how mixing in the quarterback run, too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. A great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Bussey. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M. As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the two-score lead in the fourth quarter, everything going in their direction.
He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now turning it on. And he's brought down after a nice game.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Wolverines want to pick up the tempo. Time to take a shot. It's picked off. That's 18 of those this season. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return.
It doesn't get any better from your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter, everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The Aggies can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for room, it's Bussey. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Lining up to convert third down. He might want another play. Looking to throw, it's Mendoza. Steps away to find some room. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Aggies. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
You got to be Johnny on the spot sometime. How about that? The guy fumbles the ball, but his teammate was very aware. He was able to scoop it up himself, take it in for a touchdown. Guys, they may want to put that play in their game plan next week.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, it has gone final in that fascinating Pac-12 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Troy went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Trojans team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Pac-12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. So now it's 2nd and long.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Morgan. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Early movement on the offense will push them back a bit. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line getting set on 2nd down. Just feeds the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Wolverines want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
He's going for it all. Intercepted, number 19. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff. Make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. With the catch, it's Concepcion. At the 40, there he goes. Still on his feet. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The big gain on offense, and the play will stand. The offense declines the penalty. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Back to throw, it's Mendoza. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Aggie. And the pummeling has started. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Yeah, salt entered wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So here comes the Michigan offense. He threw a pick the last time they had it. Now they have to take care of the football. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Working on the right. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. How aggressive will they get on 1st and 10? The play action fake. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
Got it in the middle. It's Moore. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44.
Remember back when I played for the Florida Gators, if you had 3,000 yards passing in a season, you might be an All-American. I know times have changed, but with that last completion, this guy's already over the 3,000-yard milestone this year.
Pulls it in. It's Haynes. Slicing and dicing through this defense, and they've got it down to the 23.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it to him in space and allowing him to go to work. This is turning into a very nice statistical day for this wide receiver.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. 3rd and goal, and they'll try to pass it in. Buys a little time with his feet. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long. And here we are late in an obvious passing situation, trying to get this thing close. The big INT. Finally, the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
Under fire. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Obviously, this game hasn't gone the way they would have liked, but coaches are always looking for positive moments and things that you can build on. How about that young man going out, getting an interception? Yeah, they're being blown out. They're probably not going to win this football game, but that is the type of play that as a coaching staff you can build on for next week's game.
Trying to barrel in. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
At this point, a comeback would take one of the biggest miracles in the history of the sport, but they'll line up for the onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time, when you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
I understand being aggressive. I get that. Play callers in today's era are aggressive as they've ever been. But at the same time, we got to understand, fourth quarter, I got the lead. I've already messed it up once. I might want to try to think about what this guy can really do well and think about maybe milking some of that clock.
Pocket breaking down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Offense uses a timeout, 17 seconds left on the clock. The Wolverines have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking to pass, it's Carr. Takes a hit as he fires. Got his man to the left. The offense gets the timeout, 12 ticks left on the clock.
Well, this quarterback now has over 400 yards passing. To do that, you have to have weapons catching the ball. You've seen that in this offense all game long. There are some dangerous playmakers in the perimeter.
Caught over the middle. It's Morgan. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26. They get the timeout call with 7 seconds left on the clock. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Fires deep toward the end zone. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work. Through throwing the football, in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game, David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses in this game. It was no different.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.